What's up everybody, welcome to the channel. My name is Joe. I am a full-time real estate photographer, and today I want to take a look at how well this new Godox CD15, or it's ML-CD15 modifier works for your Godox V1. So, you know, a lot of times I'm doing Flambient tutorials here on the channel using just one single speed light. And most times you can just bounce it off the ceiling, but that does require more power. So if you could get a modifier that is compact, besides using an umbrella, to just shoot it into the room, that would be the ideal situation, lighting the entire space, so that's easier to blend with your ambient layer. And so I'm going to test this out today. We're going to get into Lightroom right now and see how well this modifier does. We're going to start at 1/16th power, 1/8th power, 1/4 power, and I believe I ended at 1/2 power, just so you can see the power differences using the V1. Now, I'm shooting in my own dining room, and the reason why I chose this room is because it has a ceiling fan, and if anybody knows, if you've been shooting Flambient for more than 10 seconds, you know that a ceiling fan will produce a ton of shadows if you don't use your flash correctly. And so that's what we're trying to do. That's what I'm trying to teach on this channel, is how to produce Flambient images that are super fast to edit, both fast to produce on site and fast in the editing room, to make your workflow a lot easier and a lot faster, so you can produce, you know, so you can go out there and shoot 3 to 4 listings a day by yourself. So that's how I like to teach. If you're a one-man band like I am, you want to be able to be as efficient as possible so you can produce high quality at a fast pace. So let's get into Lightroom right now and let's see how this thing did. All right, here we are in Lightroom. Here's the dining room shot. Here is that ceiling fan that we're going to see how well this flash performs, and you're going to edit this right along with me. So what I like to do initially, well, I've actually created a preset, and so I didn't use my layout lens though. Let's see if it puts in my, yes it did, built-in lens correction. I was on my EM1 Mark II with that Olympus 9-18 f4-5.6, which is at about 18 millimeters at that 9 millimeter range. So, and that's why it says 10 millimeters. Let's see what auto white balance does. We'll leave it as shot. We can do a ceiling check. Let's bring those shadows up a little bit and those highlights down. I don't know as if I like, that looks about right. Let's see. So I'm gonna hit 1 on my keyboard to flag it. Okay, so now here, so this is half power, 1/4 power on the V1, and I'm pointing it directly into the room, which is doing a nice job of not creating any glare off the window, so I'm impressed by that. But of course, you can see that ceiling fan creating a ton of shadows. And again, you might not, unless you do an umbrella to really soften that light, you're not going to be able to get away from that. So let's go back just so you can see. That's a half power, 1/4 power, 1/8 power, and 1/16th power. So I brought it right up to half power. This is the one we're going to use. And what we're going to do is we're going to copy these settings, because I don't have a preset for this lens, but that would be easy to do. Paste those settings in, and of course we're going to go as shot for that. White balance, maybe color pick that. That looks a little bit better. So really, if you wanted to create a preset, all you would come up to is you adjust your image according to the lens you're using, all the settings that you want to be consistent with, and just come up here to the plus sign next to the preset and click on Create Preset, label it whatever you want, like interior real estate, or label it by the lens that you're using if you use multiple lenses. Just label it something that you're going to know, and then hit Create. Make sure all these boxes are checked, and then you'll have it listed over here. So I'm going to flag 1 on this one. Let's command and click this. Oh, actually, before we get into that, so in order to eliminate the shadows on the ceiling fan, say that the ambient layer was just too blown out, or you want to have a cleaner ceiling than what the ambient light is giving you, you can come behind the ceiling fan, do a flash pop on this corner and this corner, and this was at half power. So if I toggle back and forth, are we going to be able to blend these images together? Possibly, but just in case, I decided, okay, I'm just going to hold this up. Now this, I dropped this to 1/8 power, and that cleaned up the ceiling fan there, and then I moved over to there. But even this one alone, let's see. Let's paste our settings in. bring up that exposure. We'll do as shot, copy, copy, so we can be consistent with these two images, and then paste. Well, that would probably get rid of our ceiling fan shadow. Just for the heck of it, we'll bring both these in to see what will happen. We'll highlight that one, this starred one, and this starred one, right click, edit in, open as layers in Photoshop. Alright, so now what I want to do is, after these are all in Photoshop, I want to toggle off my ambient layer, I'm going to toggle off my flash layer, and I'm going to try to clean up this right here. So let's click on this flash layer, and we're going to create a layer mask, Command I to invert it, and let's see if we can blend ourselves out of this image. We're going to make my flow, well, 60% is good enough. Oops, make sure white selected, and just paint myself out of there. That looks a little bit better. I don't know if that's even any better than the, well, that could be good if we get rid of that shadow and this shadow up here. Whether or not that's better than the ambient layer or not, but we're going to turn on the flash layer, and then what we can do is turn back on the ambient layer and change this to luminosity mode, which and then we're going to do a layer mask, and then just paint back in the flash where we need it. And I'm going to bring my flow way down to like 4% here and paint those windows back in. And again, this is probably where we're going to need that other flash composite. I'm going to show you how to do that. So what we can do is we can actually highlight both these and then right click and then merge layers and then bring this up to the top and then do a layer mask, Command I to invert that, and now we can paint back in that flash layer just like that to get rid of some of that discoloration that shadows caused by using luminosity mode. Let's do this, like right click, flatten image, Command S to save it, back into Lightroom, and we're going to do our interior final bump, and there you have it, folks. So do I like this modifier? Short answer is yes. I think it lights a large space very well, very evenly. I noticed I had some shadows up here. I didn't spend too much time with this image getting it perfect, but I think I'm going to keep using it, and just stay tuned for further reviews on this. But thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.